What are some signs someone has had a hard life?
People who when shown kindness literally don't know how to take it.
Two sides of the same coin, they can be compassionate and empathetic because they've walked in those shoes, or they are harsh and overly critical as a defense mechanism.
I find people who have been through some shit have a great sense of humor. Possibly a coping mechanism, but some of the funniest people I have met have had a hard life.
They tell you a story they think is funny and it's actually just trauma.
Staying unnaturally calm in situations when everyone is jumpy. Being somewhat indifferent most of the time. Remain unresponsive to little harm. These can be associated with other character types as well, but those who have seen a lot of hardship usually act this way. Edit. All of a sudden it turned from us sharing our ideas about people who have faced hardship to all of us connecting to all the other comments.
Trust issues. Scared to get close to people/push people away, not fazed by situations that bother other people. Over-explain things. Come across as mean because they are trying to protect themselves from getting hurt again.
People who face tough times might show signs like being very cautious or guarded, struggling to trust easily, or having a strong sense of independence. They might also have a deep empathy for others' struggles.
They never ask for help. For anything, no matter how small or large.
Overachiever who always thinks they haven't accomplished anything.
They have lots of advice that sounds really genuine and you can tell it from their voice. They don't react when everyone else is. They don't whine and ask for help when things are hard, they just deal. They don't assume people like them or take basic goodwill for granted. Being obviously vulnerable feels dangerous, and they'll conceal it rather than complaining. If you show them you're a real one, you move up in their personal hierarchy and they see you in a different light after that.
I think there's two different types of responses. People can have both and display these in different situations, or sometimes people turn out more like one over the other, when people have a hard life. This is the most typical one, but when people are overly cautious and find it hard to trust. They may be very stoic and hyper-independent. They may not open up at all. Sometimes they may be overly hopeful. Very wise and never quick to judge others. They treat people with grace and reserve criticisms as they understand that people can be experiencing hard times themselves and act as the person they wish they had toward others.
Apologizing for everything they do.
Being unable to let your walls down and actually trust someone is a sign of trauma.
They constantly apologize for things that aren't their fault and massively over-explain things in an effort to keep others from getting upset.
They go out of their way to help others who are struggling or down on their luck.
Dark sense of humor gets them through life.